Hey YouTube, alright, hopefully this video is going to come out. Got a new battery, so what we're going to do is I'm going to be making a banana, I don't know how the audio is on this, I'm going to be making a banana chocolate nut bread, but I don't have any nuts. Well, I have nuts because I'm a guy, but I don't have any nuts. So, banana chocolate bread. What I'm going to do, and I've already measured this out so I didn't have to make a mess, is I have 1 cup. Is this showing up on the video? Hopefully. Nope, let me turn this up just a little bit so that you have a better view. Alright, there we go. I think that's a little better. 1 cup. Yeah, alright, that's good enough. 1 cup of sugar. Pour 1 cup of sugar in your dish, or your metal bowl, or your glass bowl, whatever you're going to do. Alright, and as I said, I measured that beforehand. And now I'm going to mix in 1/3 of a cup of canola oil. And I'm going to use a little bit less canola oil. Just because I don't need as much canola as they say. I could use 4 bananas in this thing, but I don't have 4 bananas. I only have 3. So, well, that's not even that much. It's a little less than 1/3 of a cup of canola oil. Pour it in there. Alright, I don't think I need that measuring cup anymore, do I? Nope, not going to be using anything else for 1/3 of a cup, so that goes in the sink. And I'm a good housekeeper, so, well, not really, but that's why I mixed that. I'm going to put it in the cabinet. Alright, so this is what you have now. Let's see. That is canola oil and sugar. And you're supposed to do this thing called creaming it. I guess where you just mix the... yeah, that's kind of weird. You mix the canola oil and the sugar together. Maybe you could do this in a food processor. Somebody who had one would probably use a food processor. But I don't have one. So, mix this, as they call it, creaming. Cream. Mix the oil and the 1/3 of a cup of canola oil and the sugar together. There's not really a lot of oil here. I'm trying to get the sugar to absorb all the oil. I don't really have a lot of oil. Maybe I should have used all that 1/3 of a cup, but somebody told me I don't need to. I could use 4 bananas, an extra banana, and a little less oil, and it would taste just as good. Alright, so I think that's about as mixed up as it's going to get. That's what you have, this weird looking sugar that has absorbed the oil. Now what am I supposed to do after this? Supposed to stir in 2 cups of flour. Oh my god, I don't even have my flour. I don't have the flour prepared, so we're going to do that. You're not supposed to pack it down, I heard. You're supposed to kind of like... is this showing in the video? Nope, not showing in the video. Let me get that out of the way. Is that showing in the video? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so you're supposed to kind of scoop your flour in there, which I'm doing with a spoon. I hope this is coming out on the video. They don't want you to pack it down. Yeah, you can see that I'm not much of a baker. Okay, let me get a knife. I'll just smooth that out on the top. And I want you to see this in the video. I don't know why. That's the point of the video. So I'm going to pour the... I hope I did this right. The flour in there, is that right? And stir in 2 cups of flour. Okay, let's get... I can't see my video. I'm going to have to set this up so it shows up on a monitor. And then I can see what the heck I'm doing as I'm recording. But not there yet, not that advanced. Have to go out and buy that cable. So, putting in the flour for my 2nd cup of flour. And I just had a lovely fight with somebody on the internet. Yeah, kind of a stupid fight that they started. So, what better way to be happy after a foolish fight? Except to cook. So, I'm cooking. Okay, let me get that flour out of the way. Let's put that on the stove. Let's put the thing back here. Alright, I've got my 2 cups of flour. What does it say? Then stir in 2 cups of flour. Alright, let me stir in my flour. as I said, this would probably go really easy in a food processor, but it's not really that hard to make this. I made it once, and I wanted to... It's the first bread I've ever made. Really easy to make, and I wanted to videotape it, and I started it, and I was going to put it on YouTube, and after the first 3 minutes, the battery went dead. Excuse me. Cook should never burp. All right, so there you go. We got the flour is mixed with the sugar and the oil, and it just looks like a bunch of flour. You don't even see the sugar and the oil anymore. All right, so I've got my 1 cup of sugar, 1/3 cup of canola oil mixed in a large bowl, and then I mixed in 2 cups of flour. Then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. What the heck are my teaspoons? I remember I washed them last night. I think I washed them. Now it was a tablespoon. Where the heck are my teaspoons? So yeah, I told you I'm not much of a cook. Maybe they're in the drawer. This video's totally sucking right now because I can't find my teaspoons. All right. This isn't good. No teaspoon? Oh no, oh no. The problems with baking. Oh boy. Okay, hold on a second. Let me move out of the way. And do we have, I don't know where my teaspoons are. This is unacceptably, oh great, then I get a phone call. Okay, up, and something falls on the floor. Look at this, holy crap, what is going on in this world? Alright, well I can't find my teaspoons, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, how can I lose a teaspoon? Let me open up this container of, is this showing up in the video? Yeah, it's showing up on the video. It's a tablespoon. Definitely don't want a tablespoon. I don't know where the heck that spoon went. I had that lame spoon yesterday. I had my cooking spoons yesterday. Spoons are gone. Unacceptable. Alright, I'm still looking. Nope, I cannot find them. There. I'll find them right after I'm done with this video. But, alright, I don't even know how much. Let's just say that that's a teaspoon. Good enough. Teaspoon of baking soda. And the teaspoon of baking soda is to, I guess, to cause the bread to rise. Since you're not using yeast, I've mixed in the teaspoon of baking soda. You're supposed to do a pinch of salt. I really don't like salt, but put in that pinch of salt. Make sure you pour it in your hand because you don't want to put in too much. That's a pinch of salt, I guess? Yeah, good. Pinch of salt. Okay. Mash up. Okay. Mixing all this stuff together. We're almost done. We're almost done. There we go. Okay, so we have this nice, really looks like a big bowl of flour. That's what it looks like. This nice bowl of flour. Now you're supposed to use browned bananas. You're not supposed to use fresh bananas. My first one, I used fresh bananas because that's what I had. But I don't want to throw out these bananas, so. Is this showing in the video? What's showing in the video? Let's lower this down a little bit. Let me lower this down a little more. Alright, we got the plate showing. Okay, so, here's a banana. I hadn't peeled it this morning. I was going to eat it, but I didn't. That's okay because you want them kind of soft. They say you want them brown, but I think that's nasty. You're supposed to make them a little sweeter when they're brown. Real cooks would probably do this one at a time, but hey, I'm a guy. I don't have time to waste dragging this out. So, that's a little bit brown. Okay, so maybe that's good. Banana's really soft. Oh, just got a voicemail from that email. Email message from my voicemail. Okay, so I've got my 3 bananas. Video's almost done. You're supposed to mash them. I just grab a fork. Grab a fork and crush this stuff down. I saw how somebody made this and they were really careful, pressing and mashing. And just grab the fork, press really hard, mash this stuff down. Alright, that looks nice and mushy and yucky. We still have any battery power on this thing? Yep, we got battery power. Okay, what am I supposed to do? Mash up 2, maybe 3 bananas on a plate and add it to the mix. All right, so I hope this is showing up. Yeah, you'll be able to see enough of that. All right, I'm shoving all the bananas in here. Shoving the bananas in there, mixing them all up. Putting them in the... All right, plate in the sink. Wipe my hands with a towel so I can touch the camera and get a little better adjustment again. I'm going to get a little higher up here. Okay, so what am I supposed to do now? Mashed up the bananas, add it to the mix. I definitely added it to the mix. All right, let's mix this thing up a little bit. So you want to, again, I think this is where food processor would probably make this a lot easier because it would really mix it the right way. So I'm just going to stir this and try to get the bananas to mix with the flour a little bit. I wonder if a hand mixer would probably work on this really well. But the problem with my hand mixer is when I use it, too much batter sits on the blades afterwards and it's a pain in the ass to clean it up. So I'm just going to make this really simple, mixing it up. You can see what it looks like. Still trying to get the flour to mix with the banana. Stirring it up now. Scraping the bottom of the bowl so that I can get all the flour that's stuck on the bottom. There's a lot of flour that's still not mixed together. So this is really kind of like if you're making a cake. You take the batter out of or brownies, you take the batter out of the bag and you mix it with your eggs and all your liquid, and then you got to stir it all up so that you don't have any more of that batter. I mean the powder mix, you have a nice batter. So, all right, almost done. Very easy to make this. Not only is it easy to make, but it's incredibly good. I brought this to work. People tasted it and said, "You made this?" I went, "Yeah, my first bread." I'm like, "You made this? Are you kidding?" So, all right, got that all mixed up. Now we add 2 eggs and the banana. Oh, add 2 eggs and the mashed bananas to the flour mix. So I already put the bananas in there. So let's go grab 2 eggs out of the fridge. And yeah, I know, I've seen this done on a video in about 3 minutes or 4 minutes, but it's a lot more fun to watch this thing go on forever. Wow, I've been recording for 15 minutes. All right, I got to get this thing done pretty soon. All right, 2 eggs, crack. I know you're not supposed to do this in the mix. You're supposed to do it inside a bowl in case you crack a shell or you got a bloody egg or something. You don't want it ruining your batter, but hey. All right, 2 eggs. Break up the yolks. Come on, break. Now mix. And this is where it would really come out awesome if it was in a hand mixer or food processor. The eggs are not mixing at all. Really slow. All right, come on, mix, mix. I still see a ton of egg white that hasn't mixed. Mix well. That's what the paper says. Mix well. So I'm mixing well. All right. I still see the eggs all loose in there. Maybe next time I'll try this with the hand mixer. But for now, it's coming out pretty good. Okay, it looks like the egg's all mixed. Everything's mixed. Everything looks good. And since I don't have eggs, I don't have any walnuts. I can't put in the walnuts. If you had walnuts, you'd put a couple walnuts in there. I've read that you could put in little pieces of fruit, cherry, or put in cherry or pieces of pineapple. I don't really have any of that, but I do have my chocolate chips. Okay, my container of chocolate chips that I keep in the fridge for when I want to bake. So, I'm supposed to mix a cup of these things in there. I have to go down to Costco and buy more because I'm slowly going through this stuff. I've put a lot of chocolate chips in my cookie batter and my brownie batter and make it taste better. So, alright, so I got my cup of chocolate in the mix. Let me stick this back in the fridge. And we're almost done with the video. Almost done. Okay. So that's what you have right now is the batter with the chocolate dips. This is the easy part, mixing this. Very simple, because there's really nothing more to mix up. Alright, so I've got my batter. Looks good. That's what the batter looks like, lots of chips. And, okay, I put in my chocolate chips and my walnuts, and that's pretty much it. Alright, so there's the batter. Now, you're supposed to use a loaf pan. Don't be a loaf. Alright, so that's my loaf pan. And, what am I going to do? Almost done here. Almost done. Okay, so I'm going to get some Crisco oil that I used last time when I baked, and it made absolutely no difference because everything still was sticking. And somebody said I need to be using the Crisco oil, the Crisco and flour on the pan, or I should use that new pan that's made for baking with some flour built in it. Who knows? All right. I wrapped some saran wrap around my hand. Is that showing up in the video? Yeah, saran wrap, and oops, I don't think I got the saran wrap around enough because I feel like getting shortening all over my fingers. Get this stuff all the way up to the top because this loaf, the batter doesn't fill the whole pan up, but I'll tell you, when you finish cooking this thing, it's like 2 inches above the top of the pan. Alright, so it's pretty much greased. I got shortening all over my fingers, which I don't like. Come on, a little bit of soap, wash fingers really quick, and we're almost done. Hopefully you enjoy my videos. They go on forever because I'm bored. It's a Friday night, just got home, and thought I'd do a video here. Alright, so someone told me that after you put on this on your Crisco, you should sprinkle a little bit of flour in the pan and then slide it around a little bit to coat the pan. And when you coat it, it will, I'm doing this over the sink. Sorry, I know you can't see it in the video right now. I'll show it to you in a minute. They say that by doing that, you, didn't get enough flour on there. By doing this, it's the same thing as using that pan. And you want the flour, so the pan is completely coated with flour, or enough of it now. And let me get the shortening out of the way. I'm going to take the batter. I want to make sure you see this. Okay, I'm going to take the batter. I'm going to pour the batter into the pan. Ow, my fingers are sore. All right, that's how you bake this banana nut, if I had nuts, banana nut chocolate bread. Scoop out the bowl. I know this is making the video longer, but hey, if you're watching it now, that means you didn't give up, so almost done. Have a spatula here. Yep, let me grab the spatula. This is taking forever. And I know, don't lick the bowl. Don't lick the bowl at all. You got eggs in here that aren't cooked. People have been doing it for decades, for centuries, but it's not safe with the way we produce food nowadays. Salmonella, you don't know where the hell these eggs have been produced, so don't lick the bowl because they haven't been cooked. Don't eat the mix. Don't lick the spoon. All right, there we go. That is how to bake a banana chocolate bread. That's the batter. I'm going to stick it in the oven for 1 hour at 350 degrees. So let me repeat this. 1 cup of sugar, 1/3 cup canola oil. You can use a little bit less canola if you want to. Cream it in the bowl, then stir in 2 cups of flour. Then add 1 teaspoon of baking soda and a pinch of salt. Mash up 2 or 3 bananas on a plate. You could even use 4. Add the bananas to the mix. And also make sure that you add that baking soda and salt that I told you about. Add 2 eggs to the mix. Mix everything well. Then add a cup of chocolate chips and a cup of chopped walnuts if you have them. Grease your loaf pan. Add your batter. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees and bake it for 1 hour. This thing is going to look incredible when it's done. I will videotape again as I'm removing it from the oven. But that's it for now. I will be back in about an hour. All right. Hey, I'm back. I just got all the, let's see, can I even show you this? All the dishes are washed. Amazing. The counter is almost clean. Okay, so I did that while I was waiting for the oven to preheat. Preheated at 350. Now let's see how this comes out. Does this come out well? I don't know. I think so. All right, we've got the oven, 350. Here's the bread. Bread's going in the pan and on the shelf. All right, I think that's good. Now we're going to go up to the timer. Timer 60. Timer 1 hour. All right, I want to see if this is going to show up. Is that going to show up? It's not going to show up. All right, let's see. Close enough. It's 59 minutes and something seconds. All right, so I'm going to be back. It's cooking right now in the oven. Gas is definitely going crazy. I'm going to be back in 1 hour. I'll take it out of the oven, and you can see the finished product. See ya! Hey, all right, we've got 4 minutes left until the bread is done. And I just checked the camera, and it looks like I have the thing on shutter priority, so... But I took the first 2 parts of the video and rendered them while I was baking the bread. So we've got 3 minutes and 50 seconds left. All right, we're at 3 minutes and 14 seconds. Watch my channel. I've got a bunch of videos of when I taught myself how to play guitar, and I'm still teaching myself. There's a little bit of finger picking. Neighbor just walked by my door and she's probably listening to this right now. minutes left. All right, we're getting there. We are definitely getting there. Right, a minute and a half. Whoa, countdown time. It's very hard to finger pick standing up with the strap. Never realized that. Of course, I'm totally new to this still. I only finger pick when I'm sitting down, so. Alright, the excitement. How would they do this in Mexico? Alright, we've got 43 seconds left, so one more little tickety talk, tickety, talkety, tick. All right, I'm gonna go put the guitar down really quick and get my mittens out. Mittens, boy, that's funny. I just finished the election with that moron Romney that they nicknamed Mittens. And getting ready to put my mittens on now. The oven's going to shut off. I should have shut it off. Okay, clear. 1 hour of cooking. Okay, that thing's got a hole in it. I don't want to burn my hand. I got to get this bread out of here. Let's make sure that the camera's looking. There it is. That is the bread. Let's see if you can see it. Wow, that thing just looks incredible. It really does. Let's zoom in a little bit. That is the banana nut, without the nut, chocolate bread that I just baked. Cooking time 1 hour, so let me go over it one more time since we've got a couple minutes that I can read this out. 1 cup of sugar, 1/3 of a cup of canola oil. Mix them together in a large bowl. Then stir in 2 cups of regular white flour. Mix that all together. Add 1 teaspoon of baking soda and a pinch of salt. Mix that together. Take 2 to 3 bananas, mash them up on a plate or a cooking board. Mash them up like you saw me do in the video. Add it to the mix and mix it really good. Mix it so that it looks like you're making a cake or brownies and you got a nice creamy batter. Then it gets a little easier. You add 2 eggs, 2 whole eggs, and mix that in the batter. The batter is going to really start being creamy now like you saw in the video instead of dry. Then stir in 1 cup of chocolate chips and 1 cup of chopped nuts. You can put in some dried pieces or pieces of pineapple or cherry if you want to. Grease your loaf pan. And you saw I didn't want it to stick. Hopefully it's going to work this time. I put some shortening on there, and then I put a spoon of white flour in there and shook it around so that the flour coated the shortening. And that is supposed to be the way to stop things from sticking, because shortening alone did not work, even though it's a non-stick pan. Put it in the oven. Like patty cake, baker's man. Put it in the oven for 1 hour at 350 degrees. After that, you're looking at the finished product right now. There is the chocolate, banana nut, bread. Hopefully you enjoyed my video, and if you did, That's good. If you want to leave comments, that's fine. If you want to reward me with some compensation, you're more than welcome to put something in my PayPal if you want to. I'll take it. And that's it. I'm going to go post this on the net. Enjoy your bread. Really easy to make. Takes about 15-20 minutes at the most. It is fresh. It's homemade. It's made from scratch. And people will be amazed that you cooked it or you baked it. See ya!